Right, we're going to be going over this example. The problem and difference with this example is the fact that we have x on the denominator. And imagine we want to find x. X needs to be on our pedestal. She needs to be on top of the fraction. And at the moment she's at the bottom. But we want her to be the highlight of our life. So she needs to be on top of the fraction. So what we're going to do is, first of all, we need to combine these two fractions together. In order to combine two fractions, they need to have a common denominator. The denominator which is exactly the same. Now when you have fractional things like this, where you've got algebraic denominators, the easiest way to get a common denominator is to multiply both of these brackets together. So I'm going to repeat this bracket twice. And then what we're going to do is we're going to ask ourselves, how do we get from x minus 2 to x minus 2, x plus 1? Well, we times the whole thing by x plus 1. How did we get from x plus 1 to x plus 1 to x minus 2? Well, we times the whole thing by x minus 2. This is how cross multiplication works. So, because we times the bottom, the denominator, by x plus 1, we need to times the numerator by x plus 1. Because we times the denominator by x minus 2, we need to times the numerator by x minus 2. Now it's getting there. Now we've got the same denominator, we can combine these into one fraction. 6x plus 1 minus 6x minus 2 over x minus 2, x plus 1 equals 1. This is going to get a bit mental now. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start expanding the numerator. The reason why I want to do this is because I would like to simplify it. So I'm going to do an eyebrow and a smile for single brackets. Remember, when you do a negative times a negative, it's positive. That's a common mistake people make. 6x minus 6x, they cancel out. Then we have a double bracket on the bottom. You could expand it now or expand it later. I'm going to expand it now. I'd expand this in a double grid, but I'm going to just do it quickly in my head. We're going to get x squared minus x minus 2, I believe. Let me just check. X squared minus x minus 2. This is still equal to 1. Now on the right hand side, I'm going to write a simplified version of this. We had the 6x minus 6x cancel each other out. So this is going to be 6 plus 12 on the numerator, which is 18. On the bottom, we're going to have x squared minus x minus 2 equals 1. Now, we still have our x, or our ex-girlfriend, on the denominator of the fraction, and we want her to be on the top of the fraction. She doesn't belong at the bottom, she belongs on the top, because we want to idolise her and make her the subject of the formula, or we want to find out what x is equal to. So, in order to get rid of the denominator, we have to times both sides by this whole denominator. So we get 18 is equal to x squared minus x minus 2. Now, this is starting to look like a quadratic. We have to organise everything onto one side of the equation. We get this is equal to x squared minus x. We are going to take the 18, take that to the other side. That's going to be minus 20. Now we're at the stage of factorising. We're going to take the minus 20. We're going to factorise it into pairs, 1 and 20, 2 and 10, 4 and 5. Because it's negative 20, one of the pairs has to be negative. I'm going to repeat this list twice. First time with these negative, and the second time with the second part of the list negative, which is really good. Then we're going to see which combine to give negative 1. The only option is 4 and minus 5, so it's x plus 4, x minus 5. Now this is factorising, but this is not actually giving us our answer. If I was to draw a sketch of this quadratic graph, this number tells you where it crosses the y-axis. So it'll look like this. Now when you solve this equation, this is a new part of what we've not learnt, you take this number and you change the sign. So x equals minus 4 or x equals 5. This is because this means x crosses at either minus 4 or x crosses at 5. And the reason why this works is because we want either this bracket to equal 0, and if this bracket equals 0, x is equal to minus 4, or this bracket is equal to 0, and if this bracket is equal to 0, x is equal to 5. And the reason why this links with the graph is because this represents where x is 0, where it crosses the x axis. That's very complicated, but I reckon some of you might be able to have a go.